Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Got a 2004 GMC Sierra 2500 and going to do a quick video on how to replace the washer fluid reservoir. Go ahead and pop your hood. Go ahead and locate the tab here. Next, go ahead and grab a 10 millimeter. Let's remove this bar so we can get our battery out of here. So you got a 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter there. Next, we'll go ahead and disconnect our battery. So you got the side post terminals on these. So you need a 8 millimeter. So go ahead and take off your negative cable first. And then go ahead and pop your cap on your positive and pull that one off. Then go ahead and grab a 13 millimeter and let's remove that bolt there holding the battery down. Then go ahead and remove your battery. And then just go ahead and kind of tuck your battery cables here out of the way. Then go ahead and grab a 10 millimeter. Let's remove these two bolts here, part of the battery tray. And then it looks like we got 3 10 millimeters here and then 2 right here. So go ahead and remove those. Then go ahead and remove your tray. And now would be a good time to paint this if you wanted to. And it looks like we got a 10 millimeter here. So let's go ahead and remove that one. So it looks like to get to the rest of the bolts there, to get that out of there, we're gonna have to go inside the fender well here. So go ahead and grab yourself a trim tool similar to this. And you got one right here. This is kind of a larger one. Get up under it. And as you can see, that one broke, so I'm gonna have to replace that one. You got another one right here. Hopefully this doesn't do the same thing. And then you got one right here. In this style here, you want to get up underneath the circle part here first. So get your tool up under there. And then pry the circle part out first. So it looks kind of like that. And then you can pull the rest of this out. Just like that. And you can see that just kind of fits in there. And then it looks like we got another one right up here. And these are just the Christmas tree style clips here. And that should give us enough room here. I'm gonna go ahead and take more of this off. That way you guys can see what I'm exactly doing in here. All right, so I went ahead and just removed the whole fender well. That way you guys can get a better look of what I'm doing here. But if you're just doing the washer fluid reservoir, you shouldn't need to remove the whole thing. Just wanted you guys to see what I was doing. So looks like we got another 10 millimeter bolt right there. So let's go ahead and remove that. And then with it kind of hanging there, go ahead and disconnect this line right here out of this little notch. And then let's go ahead and unplug our level sensor here. So you just got a clip here. So just go ahead and pull with your thumb and then unplug it. And then if you turn it a little bit here, you can see your washer fluid motors right here. Let's go ahead and unplug that connector here. Just like that. And then back up top here, guys, I'm going to disconnect the washer fluid line here. So I'm just going to pull it out of this little clip here. and then this just pulls apart right here, just like that. And then with that line connected up there, should be able to just pull this down out of here. And then if you guys wanted to, you could also disconnect it from the motor right here. I just find it easier disconnecting it up top there. All right, so here's our old tank here. We will be reusing the motor, and then also this is your level sensor. We'll be using that as well. So I think on this motor, you can see there's a little notch here. I think all you do is pull on this motor. That kind of pops out there. And then that just lifts out just like that. And as for your sensor here, I believe it's the same thing. Should just pop out of here. Just like that, and it looks like the little float came off here, so let me try and fish that out of there. Okay, so I was able to get the float out of there. So as you guys are pulling that sensor out of here, just keep in mind that float's in there, and you got to kind of pull hard because it's stuck on there pretty good, and chances are this float's probably gonna come off there and drop down in there. But if it does, I ended up having to cut a hole in this since we're replacing this tank anyways. It doesn't really matter to get that out of there. And the way this works is this will be down in there, and this will be attached to it just like that. And then as your fluid goes up or down, there's a little magnet on here which triggers this sensor to turn that light on. So all right, so here's our new reservoir. Got this one off Amazon. It's going to be the Dorman 603-018. Check out the description. I'll put a link into this reservoir there. But looking at it, looks pretty much identical. Does come with new gasket O-rings for a motor and a sensor there. Flip it around here. You see, looks pretty much the same. The only thing is, looks like it did not come with one of these clips for our screws to clamp down onto. So let's go ahead and remove this, and it should just slide off. You may have to take a little screwdriver here and get up under this part right here, because it's getting stuck on that plastic there. That just slides off there. Then grab your new one here, and it just clips on there just like that. So now let's go ahead and let's put our float in here, our level sensor. So you're just going to go ahead and stick that straight in, and actually I forgot this new one. Let me unclip that, pull this old gasket off here. And go ahead and snap that back in there. Just like that. Make sure it moves freely. Go ahead and stick that in there. And then you're probably going to need to push pretty firm on here. Get that to seat all the way. Just like that. And then go ahead and grab your motor here. Make sure that's all clean. And this will just push down in there. And then go ahead and snap that in right there. Just like that. And then you can also clip this in right here. Just like that. Let's go ahead and stick it on the truck. So go ahead and grab your reservoir and come up from the bottom here. and feed that through. And make sure you get the neck up in there first, and then go ahead and plug in your motor sensor, and then your level sensor here. Then go ahead and grab your 10 millimeter, and let's get this in place here. Then go ahead and connect your line here, get it back in this clip. Then go ahead and stick this 10 millimeter in up here. Next, go ahead and grab your battery tray here. And get your cable out of the way here. Set that down in there. Grab your bolts. Then go ahead and grab your battery. Just get your battery up in here. Grab your hold down there and get that in place. Grab your 13 millimeter. Get that started. Grab your 8 millimeter and go ahead and connect your positive terminal here. And then go ahead and put your little cross member bar here on. Then go ahead and get the rest of your wheel well put on. Like I said, you guys could just do kind of like that, where you just slip it behind the tire there. That should give you enough room to get that out of there without having to pull the whole thing off like I did. And then just go around and start putting your clips in. And then let's go ahead and fill it, and we'll test it out and check for leaks. So now let's go ahead and try it out. Looks like it's working. Alright guys, so really quick, I just want to show you something. So once I got it all back together, I noticed it was still dripping a little bit. So I got to looking, and if you see on this line here, you can see there's a little hole there. It was rubbing right up against the battery, I guess, for a while there, so it was leaking out of there as well. And this goes from the pump up to the side there. Luckily, AutoZone had this complete line here, and there's the part number. It's the Dorman 924251. So you guys may want to check that out as well. Make sure your line's not leaking. And then once I got that line on, I noticed that the pump was also leaking. So if you look here, you can see it's still kind of wet, but it was leaking right in this area here. So I did go ahead and replace the pump as well, which I'll put a link in the description for that. And taking a look at the old one here, you can see how blue it is right around where the pump sits. So that pump may have been leaking for a while now, but it was still pushing it out. It was just dripping from there. So just wanted to show you guys that real quick. All right, so that's going to do it for the video. Again, this was a 2004 GMC Sierra 2500. Went ahead and replaced the washer fluid reservoir. And if you haven't already, check out some of my other videos, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.